Hey everybody. Alright, so we've got ourselves a cooking class. I'm in my kitchen and I've got my mise en place put together, which mise en place means everything in its place. That's right. And so what I chose for what I'm going to do as the vegetable is something that I've worked with a bit, and so I'm comfortable with it. But I also love the taste of it. Is asparagus. So I've got myself some asparagus here, and that is the vegetable that I chose. I chose as my cooking method. I know it said you could steam it, you could boil it. There's lots of different ways you could cook. I chose to go with a different method that wasn't in the last class that we had. I chose to go with the oven. I'm going to bake it, and so it should be good. So first thing that I need to do is I need to hit bake and set my oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to get that started, so once this hits 400 degrees, then I'll be ready to go. So what I have here, I don't know if you can see it. No, okay, there we go. So what I have here is what I'm going to put my asparagus on. Now, I have already washed my asparagus, so and anytime you have, even if you got it from the store, even if it said it's been washed, you definitely want to make sure that you wash any vegetable or fruit or anything that you ever buy. It's for the best. It's for your safety. You don't know how many people have touched it at the store, things like that, so it's best to just give it a nice rinse. So I'll just put the bag over there in the sink. And from what I saw is, what I want to do is I want to make sure that these are even. And the best way to do that, as I was shown, is you just grab each end. Let me move some stuff over real fast. Grab each end and then just kind of let it snap off to where it's best. And you can still use these stalks for other things. But you always want to do at least 2 for check-in purposes. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be right about there. And so that's how you know. You can use these the stalks for soup, things like that. Now what we're going to do is take the rest of these and we're going to give them a nice chop through. And just use these as the indicators. So let's get a good knife here. Make sure everything's evened up. And we'll just go straight on down and through. And there we go. I'm probably not going to keep these, but I don't know. I'm also thinking about maybe keeping them. Maybe another cooking class in days to come. So now that I have these prepared, they're washed, they've been chopped, they're looking good. I bought 2 big bundles of these. Really, I only need, and there's about 40 in each. So I just need to kind of separate these out and count them out as close as I can. There's 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep. So this looks about right. Now I'm using this pan here because I'm going to wrap everything in the bacon. And then what's going to happen is, what's nice about this is that all the fat and things like that will, because I'm going to put olive oil over the top of it, as you'll see, but it'll all kind of drip down. So first let's dress this, and that's what we want to do. I'm going to move this one over here, just kind of keep them as even as possible. So I've got some olive oil here. Now with these little bottles, you want to hold on to the top. If I don't hold on to the top, what will happen is this will pop off and a bunch of olive oil will get everywhere. We don't want that. Then we go over the top, a little bit of olive oil. There we go. And we're going to salt and pepper. Now, again, this is important with, going back to the history of salt. It's amazing the flavor that it brings out. I mean, it was worth its weight in gold for a long time. Because people had really bland food. And they wanted something that tasted good. And what they found out was salt, and then, of course, pepper kind of became more of a secondary sort of thing. But the salt would cure everything, as well as keep it from spoiling as fast. It's just amazing what salt can do. But, I also have capers that I'm going to use for my second batch. And so, that's going to be important for me to kind of keep on hand, is that capers are also very salty. Bacon is also very salty. And butter has salt in it. And so you don't want to over salt, and taste as you go. That's the most important thing. If maybe you don't think you have the best palate, or if you're cooking for other people, ask them to come in. Like, start out small and say, here, taste this. How do you think this tastes? If they say, oh, there's too much salt, or oh no, we need more salt, then you'll kind of know to go from there. Okay, so let's open our bacon. I'm just going to use a knife and just kind of run down the side. And hopefully that opened. It pretty much did, but it didn't go all the way. So what we'll do is we'll just run it down this other way. Now always keep the knife away from yourself. You don't want to cut yourself. That would be the worst thing. So there we go. We got our bacon open. The oven's going. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take a bundle and we're going to wrap it in bacon. Just pick this bundle up, even it out. And again, we want everything to go smoothly. Well, not everything always does. So there's one. I think I'll do 2 pieces of bacon per one. Why? Because who doesn't like more bacon? Well, people who don't like bacon. Sure. Not me, I like bacon. So there's one. Nicely wrapped, ready to go. And then we'll do another one. And this is my protein for the dish. A lot of times, like, I do steak and asparagus, things like that. And this is the first time I've done bacon wrapped asparagus. Asparagi. One, and then I'll do one more for this one as well. And, do this with your family. This can be a family learning and fun dish to do together. There we go. Nice and wrapped. They're looking good. Now what I need to make sure that I do is wash my hands. They're glistening. Glistening. I've still got a little while before the oven hits 400, and I need that to hit 400 before I can get started on anything else. But what actually I can do is get started on my mise en place, getting everything ready as it goes for the next part. But also I can put my bacon away, which will be nice. So I got a gallon freezer bag, because it's a lot of bacon. And again, we're going for flavor here. And flavor is very, very important. And, you know, also presentation. So this looks nice, it looks pleasing to the eye. And most people, that's the first thing they do. You know, you go to a restaurant, anything like that, and you look at it. You look at what you're going to eat. And if it doesn't look appealing, people usually don't want to eat it. They'll be like, I think I'll pass. But if it looks amazing, and it looks like something like, oh man, I'm really going to love that, then people will jump right in and eat it on up. And so that's why we want to make sure that it looks nice, but it also needs to taste nice. The look needs to match the taste. So, you know, we'll keep going with that. My bacon away. It's as clean as I go. Don't want to leave anything out. I'm going to rinse off my knife real fast. It might be out of... Been doing a lot of dishes lately. Okay. There we go. But like I said, when I cook, I like to clean as well. It's nice to be able to be done with it and then also have relatively few dishes to do. And by relative, I mean like, you know, just a couple. And actually, it's more for Melanie's benefit because we have a deal together that if I cook, she cleans. If she cooks, I clean. Then we kind of go from there. I'm going to pause it real fast because this is being a little bit of a pain. I'll be right back. Okay, we got everything ready. So we're going to just wash off the knife real fast. Oh, perfect. Still need to wash off the knife. Give it a good rinse on one side. Good scrubbing on the other side as well. Clean it off. Then we have ourselves a clean knife, which we're going to use for the rest of the cooking class. I really like these knives. If you ever want to know where I got them, I'm more than willing to let you know. Okay, so the oven is ready to go. Now, this should go in the oven for about, it says 12 to 14 minutes. So I'm going to put it in and then set the timer for about 11 minutes. And then give it a check. Because really you just want it to make sure that the bacon's nice and browned. And I definitely should have some a glove ready to go for when I take it out. Alright, the rack's in the right place. Here we go. Right in there. Again, we're at 400 degrees. Timer. 11 minutes. Okay, so I've got 11 minutes to get the rest of my stuff done. And I'm going to want these heating pads for when I take it out. So we'll set the heating pads down right here. And that should be good to go. And then I can actually adjust this a little bit so I don't have to bend over as much. Look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to use about half of an onion. Because it did say to use a saute pan, and that was one of the choices, so I figure I'll use that for the rest of what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use it specifically for that vegetable. And you cut the ends off, toss those out because that's not what you want to eat. And then we're going to peel back this stuff. Because again, it's not really that edible. Well, it's edible, but Don't taste good. I'm telling you. It's not what you want in your food. So peel all that back. Looking good. Actually, this part could probably come off as well. Just take off that layer. Okay, now everything looks even. And then what's great about onions is once you cut off the ends, it creates a nice flat surface. And so you can just kind of cut down the middle of it. It's nice and flat. Like I said, I'm only going to use half because that's all it really would need for this. And you could chop it any way you really want. I'm going to chop my stuff this way. And maybe I'll chop it one more time down the middle. Not sure. Again, it's all up to you. Okay, so then what we're going to want to do, let me move this over here, is turn this on. I'm going to turn about a 6.5, which is just above medium. Get this nice and hot. And then what I'm going to do is get my butter ready. Now don't tell Melanie. She would hope that I would use the olive oil again. But when it comes to what we're doing, I want butter. So I'm going to do, about one, you'll do 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to cut that in half. So we'll have 1 for the beginning. And then 1 for the very end. Just to put on top. And let everything just kind of cook in together. 1. 2. Need to wash my hands again because they're buttery. Alright, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to... God, I had 2 of these. One of them disappeared. It's not cute. Did I knock it over here? I don't know what happened. But I've got one on the backup. Always have a backup, but I've got a little bit of garlic. Garlic really, I mean, people just say it makes your breath smell bad. And maybe it does. They also say it kills vampires. I don't really believe in vampires. If I did, I would be one, but I don't believe in them, so I know I'm not one. Just, I run cold is the reason I say that. Now, again, when it comes to garlic, the best way that has always been learned is you smash it. Just take the heel of your hand, of your palm heel, and then everything comes right off pretty easily. And garlic just gives everything a really nice boost. And then I'll just chop up the garlic a little bit. Give it a little bit of a dice. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes left just with the bacon in there. So we need to get started on this. Let's throw in our first stick of butter. Why does it say error? Sorry, I didn't notice that. It's going to give us a little bit of a time constraint. That's alright. Figure it out. Then I'm going to want something to stir everything around in. I prefer this little one. But I want to get this going so that, you know, the butter, you don't want to burn the butter. Again, that is not what we're going for. No burnt butter. And the first thing we'll throw in once the butter's gone down and it's really kind of heated up, the first thing we'll throw in is the onion. And what we want to do is get a nice brownness to the onion. And then what we'll do is we'll throw in the garlic. And that'll bring out the smell. So it's actually, it's going to kick up some stuff. I also have a lemon here. What I need to do, and I've already washed it off. What we need to do is just juice it. And juice it as well as you can. Right now, lemons are actually very much in season. People keep offering me lemons, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I already have a lemon person. Because people keep saying, oh, more lemons, try these. We have a lemon tree, and I have way more than I can handle. And it's sad to say no. You know, if it were a couple of months from now, people would be like, yes, please. But right now, they're so in season that everybody's trying to get rid of them. Which is a great thing. Just so if anybody, you know, if you want lemon squares or making a lemon meringue pie or anything like that, you know, now is the time. So we're going to check on this. It's looking good. So let's throw in our onions. They should start to sizzle. There we go, that's the sound we want. I would like it to be more of a sizzle, but kind of push them around, and then we're going to get them to be golden. Finish up on our lemon. I'm going to find something to put this in. I don't want to waste it, so put it in the fridge and I'll eat the rest of it another time in another cooking session for myself. I can smell the bacon. Got about a minute left on that, so which is good. We're going to let it sit. Alright, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Just stir it all in there. Like I said, with this, you know, we don't need salt or pepper because the capers are going to give it that nice punch that we really want. There we go. Now we're cooking with butter. Oh, 8's a little high there. Let's go down to 7. Again, I don't want to burn anything. Okay, now I'm going to check on the bacon, see how that's doing. that could go for a little bit longer, so we're gonna timer 2 minutes. Alright, so right about now it's a good time to throw in the garlic. Our favorite, the garlic. And we don't want to burn the garlic. We just want to cook it just right. There we go. We got our garlic going. We're at a nice high heat. And once this cooks down a little bit more, I'm going to put my capers in there. But I should get my capers ready. Open this up. Find the right spoon. Get down in there. Just do 1, 2, about 3 tablespoons of capers. It's got a nice smell to it. Now we're going to put the rest of the butter in there. I'm going to just all cook together. Now the last thing that we want is to put the lemon in there. I'm going to wait till the butter goes all the way down. Oh, but it's looking great. Oh, man. Okay, let's let this cook in. I'm going to put some lemon in there. It's going to be good. Now I'm going to reduce this and just let it simmer. Okay, now what I need to do, well, actually I'm going to keep it up about halfway. I need to take out the bacon. I could actually go for longer, which is fine. We'll do another 2 minutes on just the bacon. And then get this to cook down a little bit more. And then what we'll do is after this is all done, I'm going to drizzle this over the top of the bacon onto a plate. And it should be wonderful. Turn this up a little bit. So lemon and capers and bacon and asparagus. It makes for a great meal. It's going to be brininess. It's going to be salty. It's going to be everything you want in a meal. I'm going to let this cook down. Put this over the top for a bit now. Turn this down to about halfway. And what I can do now is start putting some stuff away. I've gotten all the capers that I need, so I don't need this anymore. And again, it's good to clean as you go. Olive oil is done. Alright, now we got about 10 seconds. Let's hope that this bacon is actually done. I'm going to turn the light on in the oven and check it that way. You know, honestly, it could stand to go just another 2 minutes. And then we'll be good to go. But right now, what's in there is the asparagus is not burnt, which is what I don't want. I don't want burnt asparagus. That would be bad. But the bacon is starting just to curl around the edges, and that is something that we do want. It's just not quite cooked all the way that I would like to see it for me. Oh, this will be a nice drizzle over the top. So I won't be able to do the plating, but what I'll do is I'll get the plates out. I'll show you what I'm going to serve them on. So I'll have my plates here. I'll just set the bacon, the wrapped bacon, on here. I'll take this and I'm just going to scoop it down and drizzle all of this right on the top of it. Now I'm leaving some of this up so it doesn't steam too much, but then it should be the perfect meal. Not perfect, but wonderful. No matter what, it's going to taste good. That I can tell you. And so I've got about 15 seconds and then I'm going to take out the bacon wrapped asparagus and our class will be concluded for today. I didn't realize it was going to take 33 minutes, but we're close. I think that the video I watched, they only did one thing of bacon. I like more bacon. So. Alright, there we go. So as you can see, we've got our bacon wrapped asparagus right here. I'm going to get some tongs, set them on the plate, move everything over, and you are good to go. Alright, well this has been cooking class for today. Can't wait to see you all again. Ciao for now.